Sometimes your shifting cable, your gears do not want to go back in the park. Though you try to move it on these older vehicles, sometimes the shifting cable is worn out and it won't go back in the park. So we're gonna look out for some things to look out for to find out what's going on. So there are some screws also that's under the steering column. You have to remove these covers here to access it sometimes. So there are some hex bolts that are under here, and they come loose. So we're going to look at that. Stand by. Working on shifting problems today. Shifting. Under the dash here we have some screws that need to come out. That's one. I can keep it with my finger here. Two. This one that's located right over here. Three. And there's some more screws under the steering column here. Let's see. See about 1, 2, 3 there. We need to come out. Then the steering column shifter, we're going to just unscrew him. So unscrew that. That just screws out. Okay, we're removing the bottom of the steering column panel. Just slide that out the way. Then we want to get the top cover off also. Okay, we're getting the removing the top cover of the steering column cover off. Just slide it over shifter here. Up and over. Slide that off. Set it to the side. And now we can get this back panel off. That's covering the instrument cluster. So it should pop. Should pop right off now, once you get the screws out. Just move the steering wheel down just a little so we can complete the job here. This slides all the way over. Just lay it down. Sideways. Put the shifter back up. And we have the cover of the instrument cluster off, and we have some screws exposed here. Right over here are 2 screws. Sometimes this, on mine, this came loose. And this was causing my shifter not to be able to put my gears all the way back in park. Or this whole thing was loose. I took a piece of rubber. Also, there's a piece, or this is loose again. See this piece here? If I can get a good shot. It's moving back and forth. That's not supposed to be there. That's supposed to be located under here. So I'm going to loosen these screws with a star screwdriver and slide this piece here, which is supposed to be under here, back under there. That helps this to be nice and snug. And when I could not get my gears back into place, it was because one of the problems was because this was had a lot of slack in it. It wasn't holding my shifter bar down here. So we're gonna unscrew these two screws, 1, 2, lift this up and slide this rubber piece back under there. It came out. I got my socket on here. Just going to simply take and turn this screw loose. Get it loose. Just heard it snap, or pop rather. So let me just unscrew it. Just take it, screw it up some. May not have to take it out, just get it where I can slide that rubber piece back down in there. And get the other one. Just in. Let's bring them up. Now, so I can just lift it enough to slide this piece right here back under there. Okay, you see it going? It just slid under. So what we're going to do now is just tighten it back down. And that'll take care of that phase. And we're going to check some more things, some more problem areas, and make sure they're not the cause also for this. But certainly going to be an issue. Okay, let's tighten those bolts back up. Screw them back down in there, then direction to make it tight again. For the other side. A few more turns. So that's nice and tight. Okay, knock that out. Takes care of that. Instrument cluster here has about 8 screws. This got this mounted under the dashboard here. I got some of them out here. Now I believe I have the rest out. I'm just gonna put on to see if it moves. Plus I believe I have the rest of them already out. You need your special star socket set to get these screws out. Just pull this forward. Got my steering shifter down here. This section this piece right here that's showing where your gears are, this piece can be replaced if the small cable that's on there gets stretched. It'll cause that not to also go back in place. Just simply take it loose from the back. Take this cover off, moving the screws to here, and you can actually access that. That's the cable right there. if for whatever reason that stretches. So that can be replaced. Okay, moving right along, we got the screws in there. We're going to put the instrument cluster back in place. Back off some so you can get a perspective of what's going on here. This piece is hanging. This is behind my instrument cluster. Sometimes you have little bulbs that blow out. You can simply take this out and they just screw right in. Right in the back. I can get a better picture than that. If you have blown bulbs in your instrument cluster, you can get behind it and unplug them and just screw the new ones in the socket, and your lights will come right back on in your instrument cluster if any bulbs blow out. There they are right there. Okay, let's get all this back together. We're going to check something else for a problem with the shifting problems. Your gear's not going back in the park. Stand by. Okay, under the steering column also there's an adjuster cable right here. You can adjust your gear shifter. Make it go left and right just by rolling this. I don't know if you can see it. Rolling this backward or forward would also adjust your shifter in your instrument cluster to the left or the right until you get it adjusted and get the cable back in place, and that should reset it also if you have a problem with that. It's the cable running from your instrument cluster all the way down to here. There's another thin wire that's running out of there. Can't see it. Let me get a better picture. This is where it connects. Right there. All of that's part of that cable. Sometimes they stretch and cause shifting problems. Okay, moving right along. Right here. This pops off. You can pop up this white tab here. You can put a weight on your steering wheel, and you can set your shifter. You can reset it by popping this in the cable, cinching out, and popping it off of this section here. You can bring this all the way back, then maybe a few notches forward, and reconnect it and see if it'll go back in park. Sometimes you have to replace this whole cable that goes from here all the way up into the firewall.